Hi, Crystal. Welcome back. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm still really tired. My classes have been keeping me up at late at night from all the schoolwork and all the essays during Hell Week.
Oh, yeah.
And finals week.
Right. Yeah, I've heard finals is like horrible. So last time we were together, we talked about anxiety and depression.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we talked about anxiety more than depression.
Okay. And how would you say it's similar or different now? Do you think one's worse than the other? Or?
I definitely think my anxiety has skyrocketed even more with all the essays and the presentations I've been having to give.
Right.
My depression has also skyrocketed. I'm constantly in my room now. I don't have much time to go out and hang with my friends. It's just like I finish one paper, I go right to the next, and I have no break in between.
Right. Okay. So I have a tool with me today called an Ecomap. It's what us counselors like to use to kind of see the relationship between you and your environment. So whether that's school, home life, friends, work, anything else really that might be stressing you out or helping you out, whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's just on a quick piece of paper. We can jot things down together in a conversation. Is that something that you'd be interested in looking at?
Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay, so this one is for you. So I'm going to draw a huge circle here in the middle, and that will be for you. So starting with your living situation first, would you like to focus on, where do you live, campus?
Yeah, I'm on campus.
Do you want to focus on campus or on home life?
More on campus than home life because I'm here more than I am home.
Okay. So do you live alone or do you live with your roommates?
I actually had my room coded as a single.
Okay.
Because of reasons of last semester and the semester before that, it just didn't work out well.
Okay, so single room. And would you say that that's a positive for you to live by yourself, or would you say that you are missing that connection of a roommate?
Both. I believe that it's a positive because I'm a person who likes being by myself. I'm very introverted. I don't like going out and going to parties a lot.
Right.
Because being in big groups of people just makes my anxiety just
I get it.
worse.
I was never like that in college either.
Yeah. But negative because there's times where I want to be with somebody. I want to have that roommate. I want to be able to not depend on somebody. To
just have somebody there.
Yeah, just to talk to somebody.
Okay, so for this one, I'm going to just draw little circles. I'm going to draw a little key at the bottom here, but I'm going to draw little circles because it's not really strong or weak. You're kind of indifferent. You kind of feel mixed ways about that. So that's, what I will draw for that. And then next is your group of friends. Do you have a strong group on campus or is it primarily like your home friends?
I have a couple home friends, but for the majority, I have 4 main friends. Well, 3 main friends plus 1 on campus.
Do you want to name them?
There's Colin.
Okay.
Sophia. And Mubdi, who are my 3 close ones. M-U-B-D-E.
M-U-D-B-E?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And then you said plus 1?
Yeah, her name's Marie.
Okay.
We don't get along that well. She's not my type of person.
Okay, so we'll put her on the outside of your friend group. Okay. So for your 3 friends, would you say that it's a strong connection?
It's not strong, but it's not broken. It's not weak. I mean, it's more of just, it's in between because we have our moments and me being introverted, they always want to go out and party.
Right.
So for me, it's not don't want to do that every weekend. They go out and smoke. I don't want to go smoke every weekend.
Right.
Because especially now, even with finals, it's just rough.
Right.
And there's been moments when I have gone with them and we've gotten into trouble. So I feel like it's definitely not strong.
Okay. Would you say they kind of take energy away from you then also if you're always constantly like worried about
Yeah.
being around them, being in trouble, and what else? Okay, so I'm gonna do like a dashed line between you and your three friends here, and I'm going to make an arrow saying that you're giving energy to them, like they're taking energy away from you, and they're not really giving much back. They're not fulfilling you in really any way. And then this Marae, you said?
Marae? Yeah.
Okay, the other girl. There's absolutely like no energy flow from you guys. Like we don't really
click very well.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put an X through her because there's really nothing going on over there other than she probably hangs out with your
she's
three other
Monty's
friends.
girlfriend.
Okay, so they are together. That will be an interesting line. Okay. So outside of your friend group, we have school and classes. How is school going for you? I know you said that you're stressed out with your finals, but do you think you're gonna pass? Do you think like your grades are good? Like, are you, like gonna survive? Like, how do you feel about the semester going by?
So I definitely feel like I'm gonna survive. I mean, sorry.
You're okay. That's okay.
I'm definitely gonna survive. It's more of just a stressful factor for me because I do have a really good GPA right now. My grades are up there.
Good.
Last time I checked, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was around a 3.7, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
Case.
That's great.
It's just, I think it's the stress that gets to me, and then it makes me think I'm gonna fail. So then I procrastinate a lot already.
Right.
Which makes it 10 times worse.
Right.
So like when it comes to like major essays I have due or major projects or just assignments
all in one day. You
yeah,
gotta do it
like,
all in one day. I completely get it. I was literally the same way in college. No one could tell me anything. I wouldn't even listen to it. So, but from you to school, I'm going to draw a stressful line because that seems to be a recurring theme for college for you. And I'm also, would you say that you're giving more energy than you're getting from school?
Definitely. Okay. I'm giving way more energy than I'm giving to school.
So I'm going to put 2 lines to really show how much energy you feel that you're putting out there for that. Okay, so do you have a job anywhere near campus or are you off while you're here?
So the beginning of the semester, I was actually working up at the golf course back home. Okay. So up until I want to say halfway through November. Okay. I was still working at the golf course, so I was driving home every weekend and working the weekend shifts. So it was like I was a waitress up there. Right. So it was like I was working. I would come home Thursday night because I never had classes Friday. I would work all day Friday, all day Saturday, Sunday morning out at their shack, and then I drive back. Wow. If I was working all day, it was like I had no time to do my homework, so I was like doing my homework while sitting in classes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's definitely very time consuming. When the golf course closed, because it's a golf course, it's only like a seasonal thing, so it was like the summer until and then they closed, and I was like, oh, I have so much free time on my hands now. And that's when I started hanging out with Soph and them more. And it spiraled a little bit. It just went downhill. I completely get that. So for work, would you say that was kind of like fulfilling for you? It was a trade-off when you did go to work. Would you feel energized from going and like you put energy into it? Oh, I definitely loved working there. Okay, it was one of the main reasons why when my boss asked me if I was like leaving for good, if I was coming back some weekends. I was like, I can come back any weekend you really need me to, and I probably shouldn't have said that because then I ended up being there every weekend. Right. I probably should have told her I can work every other weekend. Right, yeah, so give yourself a break. Well, now you'll know for next semester at least if you want to do that again or maybe the semester after that whenever it opens. I'm definitely going to be working there over the summer again. I've already had the job offered to me again, so. Congratulations, that's awesome. That's so good. It's definitely a strong, I love it. That's good. So a strong line. So I'm going to put a solid line between you and work. That's awesome to hear.
Any activities that you do, like sports, music, art? What do you do? Anything to kind of help combat your mental health issues? Do you do anything to try to ground yourself or take yourself out of the world for a minute?
So I definitely love listening to music. It's one of my major activities. Every now and again, like when it was warm out, me and my friend Rose from home, she goes to this college as well, we would go play basketball.
Okay.
And just try to do things and get things done and just run around and have a fun time just shooting hoops. And
Right.
I love reading.
Reading. Awesome.
But this semester just kind of made it hard for me to like fit that in.
I get that completely. I get that. So between you and activities, it's a very strong bond.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's kind of like work, like you get fulfillment, but you also give energy as well?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's something I love doing, and it's like it's not too draining unless like we spend hours upon hours doing like playing basketball.
Awesome.
That's normally like a draining activity, but at the same time it's just
right.
It's
Okay. Let's see here. So when you are having maybe doubts in your head, or you're stressed, or you're having really bad anxiety, or you're having a very bad depression day, maybe you can't get out of bed or can't eat or something, is there any person specifically that you call? I know you said Rose is here, but do you have anybody that you like to call from your hometown, or do you try to primarily rely on your 3 friends at school that aren't really fulfilling to you, or how does that work? Because that's tough. I've been at school before and had like nobody but myself, so I understand how difficult that is.
I've definitely had those moments where I don't want to get out of bed and I don't eat, and it's a major struggle. It's been this whole semester for me. I have my one best friend from home that I do call, and she always knows like if I'm still in bed, if I like, because I call her like 3 p.m. and she goes, "Have you eaten? Have you gotten out of bed?
Right.
Like, have you tried to move?" Like,
so she knows you, so she
Yeah.
knows how to make sure that you're okay.
But like when it comes to like Colin, Sophia, Rose, and Mubdi, none of them know.
Okay, so nothing for them. I mean, at least that's good. It's good that you know who you can and can't go to always. It's great to know that for obvious reasons, to help yourself, but also to protect yourself, because energy is a very precious and important thing, and if you're giving it out to people that aren't willing to give it back to you, then you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your effort. So that's great that you at least have her, and she's close by from what it sounds, so that's awesome. Let's see. Are there any other people, would you say, that you interact with, maybe like neighbors in your dorm building or anything, that just kind of like put a smile on your face? Like anybody that you could try to maybe branch out with and make new friends? You at least maybe have other things to do if like Rose were to be busy and you were having an anxious day or something like that.
There is a couple people in my building. One, her name is Precious. She's a very,
I love that.
Yeah, she's so sweet. It's amazing. We've actually hung out a couple times before, but like we're always like, if I'm in class, she's not. If she's in class, I'm not.
So you guys have like inverted schedules.
So
I get
like
it.
we could only hang like early morning or like late at night after all of our classes.
Right.
But we've gone to get coffee a couple times and just like chatted, and like I see her in the hall sometimes. The other one would have to be my RA. She lives right next to me, and I actually saw her this morning when I was walking out of my dorm. And she goes, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good. How are you?" And like we had like a 5-10 minute conversation.
That's awesome.
And,
that's awesome.
She's a very sweet person. I think she told us she's not going to be our RA next year, so I'm kind of bummed.
Well, I'm sure that you have her number or her email or something. So maybe you can try to develop your relationship with her this next semester and the remaining of this semester, even though it's like a week, and maybe just see where that takes you first off. But also, I'm sure that she will remain a tool for any of you guys even after she's not your RA anymore. I know several of my old RAs always told us if there was anything they ever could do for us afterwards to just let them know, and they were good on that. They did make good on their promises because I've actually needed them before and they've been there, so that's awesome. One more thing before, it looks like our Ecomap seems to be done. I've, gotten the main areas of your life, but if I had to ask you one remaining question, I'm just curious, what brings the most concern or stress for you throughout the semester, and what is like the scariest or most pressing thing in your brain? Like when I bring up the word finals, like what is the first thing that's coming to your mind? Like what? Failing?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we doing for this? Have we done anything with the counseling center or not counseling, excuse me, the study center, like the academic center?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So, they have great resources there. It depends, is this like primarily papers, or is it like?
It's all papers. I don't have any exams that I have to deal with.
Okay, so no exams, so it's just papers. So they have a writing center, if I'm not mistaken, in their office, like their academic center. And what they do, they're not going to write the papers for you, but you go and meet with somebody and they will help you with like the layout of your paper and like planning it all out, and they help with all that extra stuff, and they help with like the APA and all that, so that's great. And I believe to make an appointment, all you need to do is go online there. I could be wrong, it could be walk-in. But if you don't mind, I can even take down your email and send you additional information. As soon as you leave, I can literally look all this up and send it to you. So if you want to write that down, I will definitely get that to you. But yeah, so one thing I do know about being stressed about work is that if your mental health is unclear, it will show in your work, in my opinion. So while we should definitely give it a try with the Academic Success Center, I also think it's probably in your best bet to come back here, whether you want to see me or you want to see somebody else for a more specific issue, that's fine. I can give you a list of everybody and what they do, and depending on whatever you decide, we'll do that. I'll help you with all that. I'll get you scheduled for your next appointment. But yeah, is there anything else really that you wanted to talk about, or do you think you could definitely come back for another and you think you'd be okay with that?
Yeah,
It's okay.
I'm definitely okay with coming back and just trying to figure out where to go and see if maybe going to the academic center is going to be helpful.
Okay.
I feel like it will be.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and it was great to see you. Happy holidays and good luck with your finals. I'll be praying. Yay!